Alright, welcome back to 52 Weeks of Gaming. This week I decided to take a game that is new released, but is kind of how the world could go in the future based on current events, but not really, with Bleeding Edge. Now, Bleeding Edge is a game that was announced by Ninja Theory a while ago, and super excited for it when it was announced, and that's kind of why I decided to go with it. Was because it's a MOBA style game. It's similar like Overwatch or League of Legends or the other things that I really go and enjoy playing. And so I figured it would make sense to jump into it, and I played the beta for it. So I kind of had an idea of what to expect, and being able to go and play this fully when it released this week on Xbox was something that I want to say ultimately was a mixed bag. So again, it's a game developed by Ninja Theory, came out on Xbox, so you can play it on PC. But it is something that I call it a mixed bag solely because of overall gameplay. Now, it's on Game Pass for Xbox, which means that anyone with Game Pass can go and download it and play it for free. And it's a new game, and there's trying to go and figure out how to go and play it, and you have these two different game modes really, where it's like capture objectives, and you have these points and hold the 3 points for X amount of time, or you have collect power cells and then hand in the power cells and use that. And those both games kind of could take a little while depending on the strategy and the people that you play as in it, because it's a 4v4, and so usually you'll go and see 2 damage, 1 support, and 1 tank on a side. Sometimes I've seen it be, I think one game I had it as all damage on one side, which didn't really work out for us. But I think the thing that Bleeding Edge brings to this is because you're going into something like League of Legends and Overwatch and Dota and all these games that are into this MOBA kind of category-ish sort of thing, and how you go and make it unique. And I mean, you have your characters in it which have their own abilities, you have supers that you go and power up to, and these kind of typical things. So I guess overall it'd be more on the Overwatch side of it than it would be on the League of Legends side of it, but it's how does it make it unique with these crazy different maps and these 2 different objectives that you can go and do, and either collect these power cells or go and capture these objectives. And it's a lot of fun, it's a lot of mayhem, it's nuts, and it's a mixed bag with having people who really have no idea what they're doing and people who really know what they're doing, and just trying to go and figure out in between how it ultimately goes. Because sometimes I've had games where I'm with someone or I'm with a group of people that it seems have no idea what they're going and doing, and then there's games where it's just everything works flawlessly, and so you don't know how it goes, and you don't know if it's someone it's their first game or if it's their 100th game, because just again how the games work out overall. And I think overall it's something that I really enjoy. I do have a lot of fun with it. I do think sometimes I get stressed out with it, but I get stressed out with Overwatch as well, so there's that. But I think it's a game that has a lot of potential for growth. I think with different possible game modes and different characters and just overall mechanics for it, I think it's something that really has room to grow. And I know it's a new game, so I'm gonna say okay, there's a little bit of slack here because it's brand new. If this is something that's going to become competitive, how are team comps going to go and be? Who synergizes well with who in terms of how you play it? Because even when you're going and picking a fighter, each fighter has 2 different supers that you can go and pick. So what one is best in what scenario and what team comp? And just it's all a game of figuring it out. And I mean, I played a lot of Gizmo as my main damage. And she has her turrets, she has her jump pad, she has her bomb that brings everyone in, and I use the mini mech as her supers, so I can do the flamethrower and the damage there. But that doesn't mean that I always had a good game, and doesn't mean that it always worked out well. I also did Zero if I was doing healing, Didn't typically tank as much, but it's something that I think will be a better game overall in time. Not that it is not a good game now, but over time I think it's going to improve and there's going to be a lot to it. And so I think that it's something that, looking at it now and seeing the potential that it has, I think it could be a lot of fun. These are the types of games that I enjoyed. I enjoyed also Gigantic when it was around before that shutdown. And so these are the sorts of things that I had a lot of fun with playing them, and I had a lot of fun playing Bleeding Edge. And so I think Bleeding Edge is something that can make its mark if it does things right. And I really hope it does, because again, I had a lot of fun playing with it. I know I'm going to go back and play more of it. And it's definitely something I could see playing with friends then, and figuring out these team comps and being like, okay, who synergizes well with who, and just figuring out the potential of all of it. And that's really what this all is that there's just potential to it. And I think anyone who's played Overwatch, played League, played Gigantic, played Dota 2, played any sort of MOBA or shooter in that sort of genre would go and enjoy, because there's something in it for them. And that's why I think people should go and play it, and that's why I'm going to keep playing it.